Okay, welcome to another video, Starman Astro, and I am back in Wales. North Wales to be exact. I actually come here quite a lot, but actually on this occasion I've actually come a little bit further south than I normally do. If you look back on my videos from last year, you'll see that I've visited Llandwyn Island, which is just off the coast of Anglesey. Well, I've actually come a little bit further south than that this time, and I've come down to the, I hope I say this right, Clyn Peninsula, which is like, if you look at a map of Wales, you'll see that it has like a claw-shaped Wales, and I'm on the top piece of the claw. I'll show you now. So I'm out here, right on the peninsula. I'm actually near the town of Pwllheli, the resort town of Pwllheli. And I'm just looking around for ideas. The reason why I've come down today is because the forecast is meant to be really clear tonight and possibly tomorrow night as well. So I've just got to take the opportunity and do what I can and see if I can get some good Milky Way photos, astronomy photos, and making the most of the good weather, because these types of conditions, they don't come along very often, so I have to really take them when they come along. So as I say, I'm in the resort of Pwllheli. I'm on this big beach here at the moment. I'm not thinking of doing anything here because I'm a little bit too close to the town's not too far away, and I expect a little bit of light to come over. And there's not really anything too interesting around here. So what I am going to do, is I'm going to take a trip further out to the peninsula, out there. If you can see out there, it goes further out. And the further out I get, the more away from light that I get as well. I'm just going to show you a map of the area now where I'm thinking of going later on. As you can see on the map, this is quite far out on the edge and there's not really any built up areas out here. I'm just going to overlay a light pollution map now to show you what I mean about the lack of light that there is out on the edge of this peninsula. So I'm going to take a little trip over to that side now, and I'm going to have a little look around, and I'll show what I'm thinking, what kind of ideas I'm trying to get for a picture. I need to think of a foreground. I'm thinking maybe some sandhills. We've got sandhills here, but as I say, it's a bit too bright here, a bit too much light. I think there's some sandhills down there, so I'm going to go and have a little explore around there and see if I can find a suitable foreground. I might even do something I've been meaning to do for a while. I might do a selfie with the Milky Way, because at this time of year, it's just after the clocks go back in the UK, so it gets darker a lot quicker. I'm expecting it to get perfectly dark by about 7 o'clock, and I think by 8 o'clock I'm expecting that the Milky Way is going to be coming straight down the sky. So the galactic plane of the Milky Way will be coming straight down as I look towards the southwest. So I've got this picture in mind of possibly using myself as a foreground, just, you know, a Milky Way selfie. Well, we'll see. I'm going to have an explore. We're going to go up there. Let's go and take a look around and see if I can find anything interesting to use as a foreground, because that's very important, the planning. You need to have a look around and get some ideas before you just don't want to rock up somewhere at night and then be searching around and you can't find anything. So I'm going to go and do that now, and hopefully I'll show you what I'm thinking, and let's see what I can find. Right, okay, so I've now come further down the coast, like I was saying, and I've come down to a particular spot which I think might be my place where I'm going to be doing my astrophotography tonight. I don't know yet. I'm just walking down this path towards the beach. I'll just show you where I'm going. So I'm heading down this path here. So we'll see what it's like when I get to the beach, and see if there's any decent places where I can set up. Right, okay, so I've made it onto the beach, and this beach is absolutely massive. Absolutely huge, this beach. We have got a bit of cloud around out here behind me. Now the thing is, this beach, I know for a fact later on because I've checked it on Stellarium, that if it's clear later on, when it gets dark, that the Milky Way will be visible straight down there, straight out there, and it will be coming straight down at maybe, be coming straight down the sky at around about 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that. Now I don't know, I'm really hoping that these clouds move out of the way, because it is forecast to be perfectly clear and it's looking really good. That's the very tip, by the way, of the Klin Peninsula over there, and there's like a little island as well that's just off there. So really, I'm not going to do anything actually on this beach, so I need to find something. If there's anything interesting, maybe on these dunes, maybe go up onto these dunes behind me. And there's also some wartime kind of things going on as well. I think they'll be using it for practicing and firing range or something like that. So we'll go and have a look up there and see if I can find anything up there. There's a massive big concrete structure thing behind me, but nah. Okay, so I've just noticed this mound here on the sand dunes looking straight out, and there's also a little life belt there. This could be a good little thing, not on its own, but I'm thinking maybe if I stood on this myself and did a selfie, Milky Way selfie, that might work. So there's one to think about. Just to the entrance of the beach from where the car park is, I've noticed that it rises up just before you get onto the beach. So if I just show you this, can you see the way that the path rises up? It rises up and then you've got the beach. So I'm thinking a low shot down here, down here at this angle, and me stood on that height there just before I got into the beach, and I had the Milky Way coming straight down. So it's an idea. So I think that shot, which I've just noticed on the way back, might actually work really well. I've got the dune grass either side as well, and I've got quite a lot of footprints in the sand, so if I have some of the sand, maybe light up the sand a little bit just to bring out some of these footprints, just to make it look like it's a proper path. And I think that might work. So anyway, let's see if the sky is clear later on, then I can do this shot. Okay, so here I am, I've come back, it's nice and dark, I'm now on the dunes, I'm shooting away. It's a little bit difficult to show you exactly what I'm doing because this camera that I'm using now will just not pick up the stars at all, but I think for a start off, what I will say is that I just witnessed tonight the most amazing fireball meteor I've ever seen since I've been doing astronomy and photography. It was absolutely amazing. I was setting up that shot that I was talking about earlier, where the lead up to the beach from the path, I was setting the shot up there, and I'd gone into the frame to test out and see how I would look stood on top of that height there. And the next minute this green flash went right across the sky. It was absolutely amazing. And I moved out of the way because I thought I was in the way of the blocking the meteor from the camera, so I thought I'd better move out of the way. I left the camera firing away, I left the shutter, the cable on the shutter firing away, and this meteor, it lasted about, I don't know, more than 5 seconds. It went halfway across the sky. It was unbelievable. So that was a good start. Yeah, I think, but it was seen across the country. It was unbelievable. I'll show you at the end of this video. It was absolutely amazing. But I'll show you for now what I'm trying to do now and what I've been doing. I said that I was going to be taking some selfies, and that's what I've been doing. So let's have a look and see how I'm set up for that. Okay, so I've got the tripod set as low as it'll go to the ground. There's a reason for having the tripod quite low to the ground, is that when I stand on the edge of the dunes over there, which you can't quite see, we've got the sea over there, I'm quite high up, so what I want to do is I want to stand on the edge of the ridge and I want to be picked out by the horizon, so that's why I've got the camera set quite low. The settings for this are 13 seconds, f2.8, ISO 5000. I'm playing around with different focal lengths. I've got the 14-24 Nikon lens on there. Right, so there you go. What a night, what an absolutely amazing night. It all kicked off with that absolutely insane meteor. Unbelievable, never seen anything like it. And I just happened to be taking a photo. Well, there you go. You make your own luck, I suppose, don't you? And then I've been, I had to get the message out. I sent a message on Twitter and Facebook and all that, so I had to get it out that I've captured that. I'll probably send it off to the papers as well, so hope we get lucky there if we get it off early enough. And apparently it was seen all across the country, so you know, I've captured something really special there. And anyway, I've been playing around since then. I've been playing around doing my selfies on the beach, and yeah, it's been really good. I think there's a little bit of cloud early on. You know, the meteor, I saw it through some cloud, but it really lit up the sky. It was unbelievable. So anyway, what a night. Yeah, I've done my best to show you how I've set up these photographs. And now I'm going to leave you with what I got. And I'll see you next time.